Okay.
I like them. You tired of them?
I just tried them. One of the joys
Oh, they look good on me. Here, let's try. I have a big head. I can't wear these particular
Big
ones,
head.
but this shape. Oh, the shape's okay.
Yeah, shape's
Rectangle.
okay.
Are they big enough for bifocals though? They've got to be deep. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the Codependent Knitters podcast. This is my friend Lisa.
And this is my friend Dawn, and we're coming to you from Sarnia, Ontario. Sunny Sarnia today.
Sunny Sarnia. It's been
Yes.
very sunny.
Yes, it has.
This is episode 35. We are recording on August 2nd, and I'm going to try to do the minimum amount of editing possible
Okay.
to get this up. The last episode I was processing while I was on vacation,
Yeah.
and it took me like 5 days. I don't know what was going on, if it was just that particular episode, something about it.
Location.
It ran for 3 days, like upload, and it still wasn't done. And normally it's about 3 times the duration of the episode. So a 1 hour episode takes about 3 hours to upload, and YouTube does this processing, whatever.
Okay, yeah.
It was bizarre, but I finally did get it uploaded. So hopefully that won't happen again, but I'm going to try and do minimum editing. So we'll try and be really clear about pattern names and designers and yarn, etc. And hopefully if something isn't clear and you have questions, just comment or message us. How about that? But we'll try and do it other than inserting pictures.
Okay.
I'll try and do minimum editing this time. Right after we recorded last time, the next day I went on vacation.
Yeah. Yes,
So
you did.
my son and I went back to Manitoba for a bit, and we
The old
visited
stomping grounds.
well, we visited some friends in Winnipeg for a few days, and then I went up north to my original hometown to take care of some stuff with my parents. So my sister, who lives in Winnipeg, was driving up on the weekends, so I didn't rent a car this time. So we kind of just stayed close to our friend's house in Winnipeg because we weren't mobile without a car rental. But yeah, we had a good week. It was good weather. I did a little bit of yarn shopping. I went to Wolseley Wool in Winnipeg,
Nice.
which is a fantastic yarn store. And I'll show you what I got there a little later. We'll do stash at the end. It's not a lot of stuff, but I did get a little souvenir from this trip. So my other sister Marianne came over and brought a bunch of her knitting.
Oh, yes, that's
And
right.
you saw this, but she
did.
brought she brought some sweaters that she's knit and for me to try on. So I'm a bit bigger than her, but she's taller than me, and they're oversized sweaters anyways. So I'll stick some pictures in here because it kind of made me realize that, hey, I kind of like this sweater and I know how it'll look on me now. So the first one was ranunculus.
Yep.
And she knit it in is it Loops and Threads or Lion Brand? Wool-like. I think it might be Loops and Threads. It's available at Michael's. And I don't know the color name. I was at Michael's and they have 2 greens that are very similar. So I don't know exactly which shade she used. But it actually, for a person who doesn't like green,
It looked good on you.
I liked how it looked on me. So
Do you know which one I liked?
What?
I like the black and white one.
Well, I think that was navy. So that's
Well,
the
either
next
way.
one. So that was ranunculus. And I think that's in my future to knit for myself. The second one is, I think, the rug.
Yes, if you knit that, we'll knit that one together.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I
will knit
might.
that one.
I normally don't like big color work, horizontal.
Yeah.
And now I think that was also in an acrylic. I can't remember what. I don't think it's heavier. And it's a navy and white. And I really liked it.
I like that one on you. It was nice.
So that was kind of fun, and to just try on a few different sweaters.
We'll get you over to the sweater side still. Yeah.
I know. And while I was gone.
While you were gone, I did some knitting. We actually have a mutual friend, Granny Knits For You. Amazing lady, a knitter extraordinaire.
Yes.
But she is actually downsizing from her home to a condo. So she had what she referred to as a knitting estate sale.
And I missed it.
And you missed it.
And I'm
and
really
it was
sorry.
amazing.
I was really
So we went, and it was kind of funny because we picked up Adrian from the Fiber Friends, and off we went. And but it was in this neighborhood, and we're behind this car. And my mom goes, "We'll just follow this lady. Bet you she knows where she's going." Well, sure enough, she was going to the same place. And there wasn't a lot of parking, but when we got there, there was a table, and I swear it was set up for me because I took everything off the table.
Gray.
Well,
mostly.
Should I show them now what I got or later?
Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and show it now, but save the FO.
Okay, so I bought this. She had enough of this for me to make a sweater and a half or 2 sweaters.
It is?
Yeah. It is Wool Folk Wool Luft. Yeah. So
Wool Luft or Luft?
Wool Luft Luft. Wool Folk Luft.
Wool Folk Luft.
Blah blah blah. Yeah. So it's not gray, but it's a gray blue, and it's a fabulous color.
It's barely blue.
Yeah.
This is the yarn made famous by
the Turtle Dove.
The Turtle Dove sweater. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Which is an FO. Stick around. So it is incredibly soft.
So,
it's if you haven't seen it up close, it's a chainette construction.
Yeah.
But it's like
amazing.
a tube, and then the fiber is like fills in the tube, and you've got a great halo, and it's super lofty and soft.
And it's bulky.
And it's a bulky
so
weight.
That's pretty quick.
So super fast knits. But you got it for a steal.
I did. I wanted to do that lady in IKEA. Start the car!
Yes, it is. So at first when I heard you guys were going to her estate sale, I thought, okay, that's fine. I don't need any more yarn. I'm fine.
I didn't either.
And I know she has good taste in yarn.
Yeah. So I got that, and then
when I heard about what you got and the prices, I was almost...
She kept math nice and easy.
I almost cried.
So this here is Plucky Knitter, and it is Cambridge, which is merino and cashmere.
Nice. This is also
an Aran weight. And I bought 13 balls. That's why 13. There's 13 balls of that.
This is the color Cold as Ice.
Yes.
It's a very nice medium gray.
Yes.
It's just my light here makes it look kind of greenish.
No, it actually does have a little bit of a green tinge. Yeah, even when you're outside. I love it though. It's beautiful. It's a gorgeous color.
Sorry about the light messing that up. Really nice.
Yeah, so
that's nice. That's a nice Aran.
So I haven't decided what I have 13 balls.
Superwash merino cashmere. It doesn't have percentages.
No, it says on their website.
It's likely like 5 to 10 cashmere. Hey,
I don't
probably
know
10.
It was on this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, that's
gray. Hey.
So those were side by side.
You got 13 of those, so you'll be making
13 of those.
Good sweater out of that.
Yeah. But 13, yeah, that would be, I could actually do a long sweater coat. Right?
That'd be cool.
So I don't know what I'm going to do.
What else did you get? That's it from
that was it from the estate sale.
Okay.
And it was great. Well, no, I got a Plucky Knitter bag because I had all this yarn, and she was going to give me a plastic bag. And I'm like, no, I'll just buy that canvas bag over there. So I got a big square canvas bag. And I love buffalo plaid. And the Plucky Knitter had buffalo plaid on one side and canvas on the other. And I was like, oh, I'll take that too.
Perfect.
So
awesome.
yeah. So I got those.
Cool.
But it was kind of fun.
And you guys you were in Muskoka area a few times?
Yep, we were in Muskoka a couple times.
You picked up something there?
Well, actually, no, that's a funny story.
Oh, you didn't. You didn't.
I didn't. So I was on Instagram, and there's a yarn store there. It's called Muskoka Yarn Connection, and it's a really nice store. She's been in business. I think they celebrated her 25th year.
Nice.
And it's a cute little store. And then I found out that Timber Yarns, and she's like, I love her yarn. Yeah. Timber Yarn is doing a custom dyeing for store owners. So she has one, and it's called Muskoka Memories. And I saw it on Instagram, and I loved it.
Muskoka Yarn, Timber Yarns is all self-striping yarn.
Only self-striping.
Yeah.
So, well, no, she does do the mini skeins.
Yes, and matching minis.
So I was so bummed out. I loved it. It was beautiful. It's gorgeous. And I'm like, oh, man. Okay, I'll get one next time I'm in town, because I'm often in Muskoka. We have friends that still live there and whatnot. So I'm talking to my husband. I'm in the Starbucks lineup, and he's like, hey, what are you doing? And I said, nothing. What are you doing? He says, oh, I'm just in Bracebridge. Can I call you right back? So I get I get my drink and I go in, and sure enough, I call him back. I'm like, where are you in Muskoka? I need you to go to Muskoka Yarns, and I need you to ask them for timber yarns, blah, blah, blah. And he says, can you just call them and tell them what? So I tried calling. I couldn't get a hold of them. So I called him back and I said, this is what you're going to ask for. He says, no, hold on. Can you talk to my wife, please? So yeah, so I came home with that. He came home with this, which is,
that's their custom colorway for that yarn shop.
And
it's pretty awesome.
And talking to her, because I've been a backup since, it's supposed to represent the sky, the lakes, the sunset.
Muskoka chairs.
Yeah, right? And I got a navy for the toadies. Yeah, so that was my adventure.
There, that's better.
So yeah.
A navy. Nice. That's a good souvenir.
Yeah.
Love it.
So that's...
Is that all that happened?
That's all that happened.
You went to the Mitten while I was away.
I went to the Mitten. I went in the Mitten the same day we went to the
state sale.
Yeah, and we've been to the Mitten since.
Right. We went and knit 2 weeks ago.
Was that 2 weeks ago?
2 Fridays ago. Was it only one?
It's only one Friday ago, wasn't it?
Really?
Was it 2? Oh my goodness. Okay. It's flying by. So yeah. I don't know. Me neither.
It might have been 2. No, it was 1. It was last Friday. It was a week ago.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, oh my goodness.
We did. I picked up, I don't have it sitting here, but
no.
I picked up the, I saw a skein of Leo and Roxy hanging on the wall. It's a sock yarn.
Oh, yeah.
It's the LYS 2019 colorway.
Oh, yeah.
Which I hadn't purchased.
Well, it was funny because my mom was knitting with that.
Well, I grabbed it off the wall and I had it sitting on the table where we were knitting. And then when Adrian arrived, that's the color she's actually knitting with. Like, I didn't even realize it.
Sorry, yeah.
Adrian's knitting socks with it right now. So, yeah. It's going to be socks. I don't know which ones.
Yeah. What else did I... Oh, when I was there, they're, I guess Fiber Friends are doing the self-striping. They're doing a self-striping knit along.
The Fiber Friends knitting podcast. They're having a self-striping sock knit along.
It's
Biscot?
Biscot. And I had it wound. I wound it so it's a double ball.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it's...
That's kind of nautical-ish.
I think it's actually got sailing in the title, but it's in French.
Oh, okay.
So, I can't remember what it is.
We didn't show you. It's got a navy, a red, a white, and a
aqua type of color.
Turquoisey aqua. Yeah. Awesome. They have nice yarn.
They do. So that's the first one I've actually...
Scott and Company. The Biz sock, likely, right? They do a lot of self-striping, so
yes,
they're
they do.
Yeah, they're in Canada. Yeah.
So yeah, but that's pretty much...
Well, speaking of knit-alongs, so the Fiber Friends are having the self-striping sock knit-along. We should recap our current knit-alongs and make-alongs and crochet-alongs. Okay. So we have the Love Local make-along, which is running from July to the end of September.
Okay.
And that is the majority, like we'll say 90%, like of your materials from a small business, local yarn shop, indie dyer, Etsy shop, just not big box craft stores. Yep. So our Love Local theme, this is our 3rd Love Local knit along, and we're going to keep it going as an annual thing, and it's all about supporting smaller businesses and indie businesses. So we... Oh, and you get a second entry if you knit an independently published pattern. Yep. So whether you get it from Ravelry or someone's personal website, doesn't matter, but as long as it's an independently published pattern, then that gives you a second entry for the same project. Or 1 entry for an independent pattern, 1 entry if it's independent pattern not with whatever yarn. That's going on. You can, if you've got FOs already, you can put those in the FO thread, and we love it if you know how to tag the pattern designer and the yarn. You can link to an external website if you want, or at least please tell us what it is. If you don't know how to link, that's fine. Everyone in our group know about it. So,
exactly, because you never know.
You never know. Oh, and speaking of Love Local, you saw this a while back, but this is a prize for the Love Local knit along. So Barry of Knitting Wolf Luxury Yarns, now these are my skeins, but they're already wrapped up. He sent a skein of each of these colors for us to give away. So this is the Game of Thrones inspired I choose Violence, which is a Cersei Lannister themed yarn. It's gorgeous.
Can I enter?
Can you enter? And then I asked Barry to dye me in almost black to go with it. So he dyed up Scorched Earth. And you can see there's like brown tones in here.
That's
so
beautiful.
it's a brownish black. It's just, yeah. And the two together, it just goes with the black. You can see the little black tones in the yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a skein of each that will, as a set, that will go to someone from the Love Local make along. And we also have a crochet along that we've kicked off, and that runs from July to September. I have 2 FOs, but I'll talk about them in the FO section. I actually crocheted 2 FOs.
Nice.
So basically it's kind of like anything except dishcloths. So, you know, crochet something else, because everyone does dishcloths and you can crank those out in an hour. So we're gonna, you know.
Speak for yourself.
But crochet's faster than knitting. It
Depends.
is. It is. Well, especially if you do double,
Like if you're
double
just
crochets.
learning, right?
Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah. But you probably still, it'd be close. Doesn't take long.
Well, I could do a dishcloth during a podcast.
Well, okay. I can't knit my dishcloth that fast. Hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
So the crochet is going on. We will have prizes for that. We haven't decided what yet. And then we have my first sweater, Dawn's first sweater, knit along or crochet along if you want to crochet a sweater. And that kicked off yesterday, August. So I'll talk about what I'm knitting in the WIP section.
Yep.
But that we're featuring plus sizes, and the whole, there's a trend right now to just for sweaters to be published in more size inclusive, like larger sizes, right? That are harder to find for some of us gals. And more designers are coming out with those, which is great. And there are some designers already doing it. And
some designers are actually going back and expanding their size range.
Yes.
Which is kind of nice too.
yes.
So, yeah.
So we have in the chat thread in Ravelry, we've asked people to share suggestions for patterns and designers, which is awesome. There are some ideas in there already. And if you have ideas, please share them. So I'm going to be knitting Joan by Crystal LK Designs. And I'll talk about that in the WIPs, when we get to WIPs, because I'll show you my yarn and everything.
And then what else are we doing? We're doing the fall shawl.
Oh, fall shawl will kick off September.
Okay.
Oh, so yeah, my first sweater will go August, I think, to the end of October. August, September, October, to give people time, because especially like for me, a plus size sweater is a lot of yardage, so give us some time to finish those. And then the fall shawl, our annual fall shawl knit along, will kick off September 1st. Okay. We are featuring the Gowla shawl by Aranine Designs. It's Gowla. And you'll get a double entry if you knit that shawl.
Okay. That's a good one.
Yeah. Or you can enter any other shawl, knit or crochet. We usually call them cowls, but if you can crochet it, that's fine too. Except you can't crochet the Gowla shawl, but you can crochet another shawl.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be kicking off September 1st. And we just recently received a special prize for that. Do you want to talk about it?
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. While I was at Little Red Mitten, I saw Carrie and Jolynn of Leo and Roxy there. They're usually there. They have to be there.
They own the store.
They own the store. And they were asking what we had coming up. And I said, we have, our local, we have our shawl. And so they gave me a prize, and it is to die for, die for. It's gonna crinkle, I'm sorry.
It's a kit, guys.
It's a kit.
The Birds of a Feather kit.
You got longer arms than I do. Birds
So
of
you
a
get
feather,
the pattern,
Andrea
Mowry.
But you should see the
Renee
colors back here.
And Leo and Roxy. Look at this. Oh, that's
Aren't
good.
they gorgeous?
What's it called? Can you read it?
No. I just took my glasses off.
Quirky.
Yes, I think they're all the same.
And, okay, it's MCS.
Nice.
80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% silk, 100% good vibes.
And that
Seriously. And then the
mohair.
mohair.
Mohair silk
Yep.
or just mohair?
I'm not sure because it's twisted in there.
Oh.
Do you want me to turn it?
Yeah, you can
It's their silk mohair, 75% mohair, 25% silk. So
and
come
all
on.
good vibes.
All good vibes. Look at that beautiful rose color with some greens.
They actually
Some
have a
gold.
sample done up in that. Isn't that
In the same one?
I think so. Or it's very similar.
Yeah. In the
But
store.
wow, it's gorgeous. Can I enter
Beautiful.
that one?
We're gonna answer. We just can't win. I know.
That's gorgeous though. It was beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you
beautiful.
so much, Carrie and Jolene. Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you.
This is amazing, guys. This is an amazing prize.
I know, right?
So we weren't sure about using that for Love Local or birds or the shawl. And I think because it's a shawl kit, we thought, okay, we'll
That might
keep
be
that.
kind of-
We'll
yeah.
keep that for the fall shawl knit along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was blown away. That's amazing. She sent me a picture because I was on vacation. I was just blown
But yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Again, thank you so much.
That's
Thank
it
you
for
to everyone that.
knit alongs.
Yeah.
Okay, so up and coming. August 24th in Barrie, Ontario is the Fiber Spirit Festival show.
Show. Yeah.
It's their second year. It's one day only.
Did you go last year? Me neither.
Yeah, and then we won't.
I won't.
I can't
don't
go
think I
this
can
year.
make it this
Yeah.
year either.
But it is going on, so if you can make it to that, I think it was a good show last year. What I've done here. September is September
The second
14th this year. The Kitchener Waterloo Knitters Guild show. It's a great show in Kitchener.
One of the bigger ones.
Yep. October 19th this year, I believe.
Oh, I know what's on October 19th. That makes
Woodstock.
me happy.
Woodstock
Good.
Fleece Festival.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah, me too. And for us in November, Little Red Mitten in St. Thomas has a weekend of Arnie and Carlos. Arnie and Carlos!
Yeah.
If you haven't heard of them, you probably have.
Well,
They're from
yeah.
Norway. They're, world famous knitters, designers. They've published books.
Most of theirs is color work stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
very,
yeah. They did Christmas balls. They did Easter eggs, and
They've
they
got,
do sweaters. And
Regia has is it Regia that has a
I've
sock
knit
yarn
those, yeah.
line in colors inspired or designed for them.
Yeah.
So Little Red Mitten is bringing them in for a weekend of amazing classes.
And stuff.
So
So check it out because there still might be
there still are
places available.
There might be a few spots available in some of the classes. It's the weekend of November 19th. On the Sunday,
Don't start sneezing. Like
it's
I
about
did.
an hour-long lecture or talk with them,
Yeah.
and it's held off-site from the yarn store. So it's
a larger capacity.
right, lots of room. There may still be tickets for that.
Yep.
So check those out. We are signed up for the
Color work.
Norwegian colorwork class on the Saturday. And there's a great lineup of classes. It's just amazing that they're coming to St. Thomas. That's fantastic.
So one of the classes that they're teaching is how to knit and purl Norwegian style. So this is kind of like a good segue into whips. Are we ready for whips?
Do we want to mention this?
No, we can mention that later.
Okay. I'll just say we're going, but okay.
So I have decided, again, look at this, Timber Yarns. I think I have a problem.
Well, how could you can't resist timber yarns. Okay, so whips. So these are socks,
They're socks.
and this is Timber Yarns.
Tickle Me.
Tickle Me.
Yeah.
These are gorgeous colors.
I know, right? And
Very
there's yellow
fun.
in there underneath
There
there
is
at
yellow.
all.
You
Yeah.
can see the yellow right
Okay, there it is. Yeah.
Okay.
So the thing with these is I have decided that I'm only going to knit them Norwegian style, like with the Norwegian purl and stuff.
Okay.
Takes me a little bit longer because I'm learning.
So did you look up on a video?
Yeah.
Okay.
A bunch of videos and whatnot.
Cool.
I mean, I know how to do a knit stitch, and I've taken a continental class.
Yeah.
So it's just the purl is a little bit different.
Okay.
So I've been doing that and kind of.
How has it been doing it a different technique?
I'm really loose
Yeah.
because this is the same. This is the same
stitch count?
Stitch count. This
And
is the
same
same
ribbing.
needles. The same person knit them. The same ribbing. Same everything. So
Can I pull these out of here?
yeah,
Okay.
please.
Just because it's heavy.
Okay. So if you look, one is very loose, Dawn style, and the other one is me.
Yeah, like if we were to overlap these, you know, it's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but it is.
It's a little bit bigger.
It's the stitch definition.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. Are you gonna, when you get to the stocking stitch, are you gonna go down a needle size or just keep going?
I think I'm just gonna. I don't know. I'm kind of at a point where do I rip them back and start them again
On a smaller needle.
on a smaller needle so I can wear them.
Your gauge could change as you.
Really love that.
Plus, the stocking stitch is just going to be stocking, not or knitting, not purling.
This is true, but if you look, I'm doing 3 knit stitches to a purl.
Oh, you're only doing 1 purl.
Right, so it's going to be pretty close to that. So I think I'm going to rip them up and, well, rip them out and do it again.
Like your knit stitches don't look a whole lot looser, but
yeah, so, you know what, at this stage of the game, I'm not that far along.
As you do more of it too, your gauge might tighten up a little bit. Or it might just be what it is.
Exactly. So yeah, so that was kind of, I thought it was interesting because we've been doing, you know, a lot of discussing off camera about gauge and how it's important for not just size, but yarn usage and whatnot. So yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting.
Cool.
And those are my continental Norwegian knit socks.
Well, we just showed the other socks, so talk about those.
Oh, so this is my Octopus's Garden from Leo and Roxy, and I put a stripe of plain in there just to kind of thanks.
Is it their regular sock?
It's just regular sock.
And you put the natural color.
Yep, the natural color. Yeah, so it's just kind of a little bit different.
A little bit of interest.
A little interest, and I did not do my usual 2x2. I did 3x1, so it gives it
for the cuff.
Yeah, it just kind of.
And then otherwise a vanilla sock.
Otherwise a vanilla sock.
Are you going to do a heel flap and gusset or afterthought?
You know what? I'm going to do an afterthought heel. Just because I'm starting to find that a little bit easier.
Okay.
And I will probably do it in the cream.
Okay. Nice.
So yeah. So I have a bunch of
nice.
I have a bunch of Leo and Roxy in a box that I can mix match the heels and stuff. So and socks. But yeah. So on with the gusset discussion. I haven't done gussets in forever. Forever. Right? Like I've just been knitting.
Have you've taken to the afterthought heel.
Okay, so or the forethought or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Anyways, forethought because I use waste yarn.
Right.
So I knit these and I'm knitting along and they're so beautiful and the color is so gorgeous and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do a gusset. I haven't done it in a long time. It'd be really pretty in this, right? Because you get the texture at the heel and whatnot. So off I go and I'm knitting. I got my heel flap. I got my heel done. I'm still knitting. I'm like, wow, this gusset's taken a really long time. That would be because I wasn't paying attention and got it down to 21 stitches. So I ripped it back out. I ripped it back out and now I'm starting the heel again.
Oh, you ripped the whole thing out?
No, I just ripped it back to the heel, like where the heel was, right?
Yeah, but you could just rip the gusset back to your right stitch count, no?
You know what, I don't.
Okay.
One of those things where you pick it up and it just didn't look as nice as when you start. So I just went back to where the heel is, and I'm okay with that.
And are you gonna still do the heel flap?
I am,
and
but I'm gonna try and pay attention.
Okay, count this time.
Counting. I just thought it was funny. You know what, it is what it is. But
I had one time where I was doing my decreases every row.
Right.
In the gusset, so it was this hard angled 90-degree angle sock.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah. One of the things you have to be comfortable with while you're knitting is ripping out.
Oh yeah, I'm fantastic at it.
I know, right? Sometimes I think I'm better ripping out than knitting.
And I have no problem doing it.
No.
It does not.
I think part of the thing is when I first started, I didn't like ripping back because I didn't like the way I picked up. But now, with experience, it's getting easier to, it's easier to pick up.
Well,
and I pick up little tricks and whatnot, right?
Some people will tink back. I don't. I just drop my needles, pull back, pick up. And the most important thing is making sure when you pick up that you haven't twisted the stitch.
See, I don't mind if I twist the stitch because I come up to it.
If
I
you
know
notice,
it's twisted and then I flip it.
But some people don't notice. And then what you end up with that, if you're in stocking stitch, that first row, it'll be twisted and you can see it if you keep going. So it's just as long as you check your first row.
I would not have noticed before, But now I would notice automatically coming up to it, be like, what?
Because we're used to reading or knitting, yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, I just picked up, so you know to watch.
Yeah.
For
So I
it.
usually pay close attention to that row. Not like a gusset. You don't need to pay attention to a gusset. You just get down there. 21 rows, you're all good.
I think you need to pay attention now.
Yeah. So it was kind of,
Okay.
that's my knitting story.
So you've got 3 socks on the go.
I do. And
Are you?
I have a sweater at home on the go.
Yeah, but you got distracted by another sweater, which we'll talk about soon in the FOs. WIPs. Okay, so I'm going to be starting my Joan sweater. Hopefully today. I got a little distracted. I've swatched. I'm going to be using Barocco Summer Silk. I think I talked about this last time. So Barocco Summer Silk, it is cotton and silk.
It's beautiful. It's got a nice sheen to it.
45% silk, 43% cotton, 12% nylon. It's very soft. It's also a chainette. You can kind of see there.
It's pretty.
It's very pretty. This is such a delicate gray. Now, it has a number. It's color number 4006.
Okay.
And I can't remember what it is. I looked it up. Oh, did I write it here? No. I can't remember if that's Boardwalk. Oh, well. But it's 4006. So Barocco Summer Silk, which I got from Heaven is Handmade. They had 10 of the color in, so I bought 10. Yay. The Joan sweater is by Crystal LK Designs. And it's a fitted sweater, so it's got shaping. It's got, I think, 4 to 6 inches of positive ease in the bust size, so it's not going to be overly huge. And yeah, it's got a really pretty neck detail.
It's beautiful.
It's got shaping for the waist and hips. Yeah, long sleeve. So I have 10 balls.
Now, what size does that start in?
It's actually got a really good range of sizes. I'm just gonna look it up because it's got something for everyone.
Library.
From a size 14 to 32. She has inside the pattern. She's got well, on the Ravelry page, it has the finished bust size, including ease. So don't look for your existing bust size. Look for your finished. And then there's a schematic in the pattern for like all the measurements for each sizes. So shoulder, armpit circumference, cuff circumference, arm length, like underarm to cuff, bust, waist. So it comes a little bit of shaping, a little bit of decreasing at the waist, and then it comes out again a little bit for the hips. So it's just a very nice fitted sweater. So she's got all those measurements, your finished measurements, with
so you can work with
the ease, so you kind of can check, and you can adjust that if you want it bigger for the hips. You can add a few more rows with increases. I am going to do long sleeve, and I am going to I have enough yarn that I may do it a tiny bit longer than the pattern calls for. We'll see. I'll be able to try it on because it's top down. So I'm super excited. I did a gauge swatch. This is a DK, and it calls for the yarn that she used. I don't know what gauge that is or what weight it is, but the gauge is 23 stitches. I'm pretty close. I'm 24, and I'm accounting for that when I choose my size because that's going to give me 2 inches over the total bust circumference. Right, I'll be down 2 inches, so I've accounted for that. Because if I go up in needle, the fabric, I tried it, and it's very close, but it looks sloppier and it's got way more stretch. So I was gentle when I blocked it. There's lots of stretch too, so I think it's going to be fine. And I'm, like I said, accounting for my slight gauge difference. What else can I say about it? Yeah, so I've swatched and I am ready to cast on. I was going to cast on last night, but that's when I decided to do just a little swatch. This isn't a regular full-size swatch because I've already done one. I just wanted to know the difference in fabric.
Okay. So
I did this late last night and then wet it and let it dry. I think that's all there is to say about Joan. And also in WIPs, I'm kind of modifying a new pattern out by, wrong bag, by Espace Tricot by Lisa de Fruscia. It's called the Seaside Stroll Baby Blanket. And I'm going to do a narrower, longer version.
Oh,
and
nice.
make it into a wrap.
Okay.
So
I like that one.
Yeah. It's
Didn't
just
like
got
that?
some slip stitch lines. No, I'll tell you. There's a story here.
Okay.
So this is I kind of figured out about how wide I wanted it. Right.
Okay.
This might even be when I take it off the needles. It's quite wide. But what happened was I did the right multiple, but you don't. Your slip stitch lines come off of these rows of knits, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's every second one. So I didn't count how many I needed. So I'm either short or too many repeat, like one repeat off.
So
for
it's
it to
basically
align. Yeah.
you needed a repeat and a half.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, well, it's just you needed, like, instead of whatever an even number, you needed an odd number, whatever.
No, so it's like one and a half.
Because I modified
Yeah.
the pattern.
Yeah,
So, because it's just like the 6 stitches.
You're
for
basically
the knits
missing.
and purls.
Yeah, you're missing.
So I just have
another
to add 3 stitches or deduct 3 stitches. And I'm going to knit that in, or I'm going to restart that. I'm using the Illimani Sabri,
one. That looks pretty.
which is the organic cotton baby alpaca that I picked up in June at True North Yarns in Barrie.
Mm-hmm.
Super soft. Really nice. So yeah.
Very cool.
So that's, and I needed my needle for something else, for another swatch I'm doing. And I knew I had to, I figured out
You have to
last
rip
night.
it out.
Yeah, I was knitting this
That's
last
all
night,
good.
and then I was ready to start the slip stitches, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. They're not going to work. So that's going to be redone. It was really fast. Super
Okay.
fast to do that. I am going to cast on another pair of self-striping socks, but I've ordered 2 skeins from Desert Vista Dye Works that should be here like any day.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't check the mail today. So I think I'll wait and start one of those because
Good job.
it's new and it's kind of neat. It's one that stripes, but there's also a speckle stripe in it.
Okay,
So, yeah.
that'll be cool.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I ordered 2 different colorways, and I'll wait till I get them to decide which one I want to do.
Awesome. Do both.
Do both.
You don't need to sleep. Sleep
Well,
is
they're kind of
overrated.
similar, so I'm like, oh, maybe I'll do. And I want to do another a pattern sock,
Okay.
not just
Okay.
self-striping. So I'll have a vanilla self-striping on the go
And a plant.
and a pattern.
Okay. So what are we doing now?
I suppose.
Would you want to go first?
No, you have to go first.
Why do I have to go first?
Because you have to go first.
Okay, I have to go first. Should I put it on?
Okay. Check this out.
So we're back. I did a turtle dove in the Wool Folk Luft that I got at the estate sale. Ta-da!
It's so
Yeah.
nice. You have to
So-
go back one step.
Hold on a second. Here we go. So yeah, so it's really
I love
it's
it.
comfy. It's
I love the neck.
super cute. It's got the split hem.
I love the
I
split
did mine
hem.
longer at the back
Oh yeah.
than at the front
Mm-hmm.
by a little bit more than they suggested. So yeah, I love it. I can't wait to be able to wear it.
I don't like hugging, but like this is so soft and fluffy. I could hug her.
So yeah, so it's amazing. It's really
super fast.
super fast. It's bulky. I'm not. Yeah. So this is my.
I have the air
I
jacked
love
up.
it.
So
Yeah.
you might be able to keep that on for a few minutes.
Few minutes. So we're talking about gauge, which is kind of interesting because she said to me when I did this, what needle size did I use? Well, I used anywhere from like a 5.5 to a 7 to a.
This was top down.
This was top down, so I was able to try it on as I went.
Off the top, what
Off the
size
top.
needle did you use?
I used these
You said
6
6
for
6
the-
millimeter
6 for this, and it's a twisted rib.
Yeah.
So I used the 6 millimeter, and then I changed to. I thought I changed to a 7, but it actually ended up that I had a 7 millimeter in this hand, and I had a 6 in this hand because I used interchangeable.
Would you use your Lico then?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, because
I
they're all
used
the
those-
same color.
They're all the same color,
So-
and I'm knitting happily along. And then I looked for my needles for another project, and I realized, oh, wait a second here. So I felt really silly, and then I changed back. And it actually ended up being a lot looser, so I had to change back to the
So,
original ones.
A 6.5
So
and a
6
7.
and a half and a 7. And then when I got to the bottom, I had to do the ribbing. But the thing is, with the split hem, it's different because you're knitting back and forth.
And you have different gauge.
And I have very
Which
different gauge.
I
which
may
is pretty
also. I've never checked.
Yeah, right? Like,
Many people do.
so what I did was I did a couple rows of the bottom and I compared it to the neck. because I like the way the neck looked. It fits really well. So I was kind of, I still want it to look the same. I don't want the bottom to be too loose compared to the neck. So it ended up all okay.
So what size did you use for the ribbing?
I think for the ribbing here, I used...
Same as the neck? No, different.
No, it's way different. I think this is the one where I used a 5.5.
You think?
5.5. Yeah, I think. Because I remember thinking, this is really small needles. I don't know if this is going to work. But it did.
Okay.
So that's my,
It's beautiful.
That's my multi-needle yummy yarn.
You have enough balls left to make another just slightly smaller sweater.
I was thinking of the Ursa?
Yeah.
Ursa? That one.
Jacqueline, is that Jacqueline Cieslak?
I think so.
Okay.
So I was thinking of that. I think
kind of
like
a
a
crop
little
sweater?
V-neck crop type of thing. They're really big right now.
Totally.
And yeah.
Totally could.
There's one I like. It's called the Winter Hug, but it only comes in plus sizes.
Oh, really?
I believe. Yeah.
Oh.
Can I look it up?
Yeah.
But it only comes in 1X, 2X, and 3X.
But what are the...
I think that's fabulous.
It doesn't give bust sizes.
It doesn't. But it's beautiful, and I love
yards. And how many yards are in a ball?
I don't have enough to do that size.
Okay.
So something cute like the Winter
Hug sweater.
But by Jennifer Murphy. But maybe, yeah.
A little smaller.
But I love the way it looks. I love it way it fits. So.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you have enough to do another car bath? But you don't need 2 car baths.
No.
And your other one's
And the other
gray,
one I'm not
isn't
going to do is a turtleneck.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Oh, so that'll give you a little more yardage too. Back.
So,
Yeah. You'll find something.
I'll find something. I'll find something. The other one is to do like if I wanted a full size sweater, I can also buy 2 skeins in like a dark gray and mix them type of thing, right?
Could you do the rug sweater? Oh no, there's not enough color work in it.
No.
It's too big.
The other one that I could do is the Daily Sweater by Andrea Mowry.
Okay.
It's a striped one in a bulky, so I'll figure something out.
Cool.
I will use it though because it's so nice.
Beautiful. Beautiful FO.
Yeah. So what do you got?
I have socks.
Well, let me see.
Okay. I have
you're working on these.
I finished Vintage Fairy Lights by Helen Stewart.
And what is the yarn? That's
yarn.
the crocuses, isn't it?
Yeah, the yarn is by Blue Water Fiber Arts. That's Sarnia here in Sarnia. Sarnia in Sarnia. And it's called, this is an MCN, and it's called
nice,
Crocuses in the Snow. So if you're from Manitoba, crocuses are one of the first spring flowers, and they're a beautiful purple color. And they'll peek up and they'll, come up through the snow if there's still snow on the ground in the spring. So it's just...
And they still stay if it's snowing.
Yep. They're hardy little guys. And actually that's the provincial flower.
I didn't know that.
It's on top of the foot. It's a 3x1 rib. Yep. And then after the cuff, it's just plain. And I did a little bit of 3x1 rib. I think the pattern calls for this. So after you finish the little fairy lights, I did one less repeat because I didn't want them quite as long. It's a 1x1 rib. And then you start this.
That's a twisted rib.
1x1 twisted rib. And you carry the twisted rib down.
Yep.
And then it's super easy. Like this is just a great pattern. So I'm really happy with those.
Those are beautiful. They're so soft too.
I did an afterthought heel. Well, I planned where it was going to go. But you cut it and I cut and put it in after. So it's planned, but it's still afterward. I did an afterward heel. Afterward heel. And then I finished my not Hudson's Bay, O Canada sock. So is
that the other one?
This is the O Canada stripe. Yeah, there's a story about that. This is by Timber Yarns. I did a 1x1 rib here. An afterthought heel.
In the navy.
In the matching, navy blue.
I love those
Lisa
socks.
just did these recently too, and in our last episode.
Did I use navy? I did too. Mine were longer though.
Yeah, you did a longer leg. And I had a little bit of the blue on my fingers, but no color run.
No, not in the stuff itself. Not in the sock itself. Not in the self itself. It's
so I cast these on Canada Day.
Okay.
And I took them with me on vacation. So I'll put the pictures at the end. But I kind of did a little story because they're like, oh, Canada. And
you're across Canada.
Kind of took pictures of them wherever I was knitting them on my vacation. So they're a well-traveled sock.
Okay, so what did you do? What did you do?
Well, this was the first sock I did.
Okay.
And I finished it and it fit. But then I could see I made the second one longer. I just did one more.
Color repeat?
Yeah, the red and the cream. So I'm just going to take the toe back and add the red and the cream.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a better fit. I don't know what I was doing. I was comparing to another sock, and maybe that sock is too small. I don't know.
Okay.
But anyways, this one fits a lot better. So I washed and blocked. No, this one fits better. I washed and blocked this one. And you know what? I like that there's one more red. Because doesn't it look like it's just missing that
the
little
red
bit
is
more
always
red?
The red is always the pop, right?
Yeah.
Very cool.
So I'm going to fix that. So that one's not blocked, and I didn't cut in or do the ends in that one.
I think I did the toe the same. I just kept going in the pattern. I don't remember doing the toe in navy.
I can't remember either.
Yeah.
You know how we can find out?
No, because I didn't put it there.
Yeah, but it's on
I mailed it to you.
It's on our screenshot. It was our screen cap.
Yeah, I did.
You kept striping the
I kept
toes.
striping the toes. That's why I'm like, here's the
That looks really good too.
Yeah.
So I did do the blue toe.
Very cool.
And I am like almost out of blue because I did a few rows before I started.
Yeah.
And my heels too. I did.
I think your heels are usually bigger than mine.
I do 4 or 5 heels.
Yeah.
Or
4 or 5 heels.
4 or 5 heels. I have really
Her heels are different than mine.
I have really weird feet. I do 4 on my afterthought heel. I do on this sock because I think did I do these on a tighter needle, or was it those other ones? Can't remember. But I think I did 5 rows in plain stocking stitch before I started my decreases. So
thank you
it
for
just
explaining
gives
that.
me a little extra room. Jeepers. I can't remember if I did these on the 2.0. Which ones was I doing on 2.0?
I think you were doing the fairy lights.
No, those were 2.25. Okay. It was either the optimistic or this. Did I put it in my notes last time?
I think it was the optimistic because that doesn't look like a 2.2.
It does look snugger, doesn't it? And I think I had a weird stitch count. Yeah. Just because I had an odd number and an odd number when you get to the Kitchener, which is no matter. Anyways, I love them. Love Timber Yarns. They have amazing, she just dyes fantastic self-striping socks. So that's O Canada. And she does another very similar colorway where it's navy. Dark. Yeah, the navy background. And that one is called... Is that called A? Question mark.
A?
EH question mark. So...
Yeah. Those are
I love those. So yeah, 2 pairs of socks because socks are great to take on vacation.
Socks are great.
And I gotta say, Magic Loop is great for airplanes because you don't drop a needle and it rolls under the seat and you can't get it for the whole flight.
And then you're stuck doing nothing.
Yes. So I don't do heels. Well, actually I did these ones. I think both of these pairs I did on
a plane.
On my Magic Loop needles. I usually switch to DPNs. I'm pretty sure I did. But yeah, I didn't finish them on the plane.
Nope.
Oh, and then, so those, and then I have 2 crochet finishes. So one, I have to show you a picture. First, I'll show you the one that's here in real life.
Okay.
I did a crochet market bag. I have to put in ends still. So hang on, let me flip it right side.
Holy cow.
This is a big one. It's kind of oversized. Yeah. Check it out.
That's such a cool idea.
It's a big one. I think I did an extra round to make it wider.
That would be really good for going out on the boat for towels.
I know. For everything. And so this is the crochet market bag. It is by, I wrote it down, Tiffany Roan, R-O-A-N. It is on Ravelry, but it's just an external link. It's free, but it's an external link to, I think it's her blog or her website.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. And I did modify it a little bit. At the bottom, when I got it the width I wanted, I did 2 rounds, just straight double crochets to make the bottom start to come up.
Oh, okay.
Because the first bag I did when I started the mesh, you do increases in the mesh round, and it was just this wider like it wasn't starting to come up yet, right? Because it was so big. So I tore that back and I did 2 rounds of just double crochets without increases, and then I actually reduced the increases in the first round. And I'll put my notes in my project page because now that I have this one, I can see what I did. So it works out to 50% less. No, 25% less increases in that first round, and then you just crochet straight. So because I changed color, I have a gazillion ends to sew in, because I did it 2 rows and you couldn't carry them up.
Oh, it's pretty though. That'd be nice.
You know, crochet is easy to pull ends in. So this is yarn that when I was at my mom's, remember last summer I brought home all that yarn?
Okay.
So it was stash yarn that my mom got from her cousin who was unable to keep knitting, and I didn't bring it all home last summer. So this summer I was looking again at what my mom had left, and there were 2 bags of cotton.
That's a great idea.
This is like vintage,
right?
Because
it's got like the old. Does it have the old tag?
This is Peyton's cotton.
Oh my gosh,
from
that's hilarious.
I don't know what year. This is 100% cotton. It is. So there was a bag of, I think 9 or 10 of the white, and then a half bag of Peyton's Martinique. And this is a cotton, 70 cotton, 30 acrylic in this nice navy, really nice, perfect nautical navy. So I thought, oh, wouldn't these look nice as a
That's good.
boat colored
boat tote.
Yeah, nautical. So I did that, and then you just do the strap. I put a stripe into the strap.
Good job.
Yeah, so I'm just pulling in the ends. The other one I did, I'll put a picture on the screen because I actually gave it to my friend Stacy, whose home we were staying at.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was knitting it. I started it while I was at her house and finished it, and then I gave it to her. So I used Dishy, 3 different shades of sort of grays.
Okay, yeah.
I used, I had some leftovers from some dishcloths, so I just changed colors when I ran out of each color.
That's perfect.
And the Dishy's a little bit of a finer cotton, and I didn't make the bottom as wide, so it's a tiny bit smaller than this navy and white one. But yeah, super easy. Super easy. So I have 2 finished objects for our crochet along, which I'll put in the chat thread. I won't put them in the FL thread because I don't want to take up a space for prize drawing. There are a bazillion patterns for market bags, knit and crochet.
That's cool though.
You know what else? I just saw one for produce, and it uses, you know, the really fine, like Aunt Lydia's crochet cotton. It uses that, so they weigh almost nothing, because with produce you don't, unless you take your stuff out to weigh, which is totally fine, you don't want the bag itself, like this would weigh. You'd be paying for this every time you know.
Yeah.
It's too heavy.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. So I might try and do some of those too, the produce bags. Yeah.
I don't put mine in a bag.
I
put it on the thing to weigh.
If I have like a bunch, it depends, right? If I have a whole bunch of them, it's easier to put like 8 apples in a bag than have like apples rolling all over pell-mell.
So yeah. So what else have you been up to?
That's it for FOs.
Okay. You want to talk about what you got at Wolseley, or do you want me to finish?
Well, you talk now.
I did. Okay.
More stash.
So, she gets home and we go to Little Red Mitten, and my mother was taken with the self-striping yarn that I was using, so I let her pick from my stash, and she picked the work sock one, so I think I might have to order that one again from Timber Yarns.
Yeah, because we want to knit them together.
I know. So that one, and my husband also picked her up one in Muskoka, the Muskoka colors.
Yep.
So to pay me back, she bought me 2 skeins of this, and it's the Erin Moore. You know, my
Weekender.
My Weekender is made out of Erin Moore Erin, and this is actually Erin Moore Light.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so I ended up walking out.
What weight is this?
It's a
DK.
DK. I ended up walking out with a sweater quantity of that. So.
You know what? I did
pay for it. I did pay for it when I walked out, but I ended up.
You came home with.
I came home with.
Really nice.
That just didn't sound so good.
Glenvey. Glenvey.
I guess.
Very nice.
Very cool.
Taupey
and it's
gray.
What? It's silk cashmere. Can you read that? You have your glasses on.
Wool,
silk.
80 wool, 10% silk, 10% cashmere.
So yeah,
very nice. But it's not a superwash wool.
No.
So
no.
When you look at it, like for me, okay, I look at this and think, oh, it looks like Briggs and Little. It's gonna feel like Briggs and Little. It totally does not. It's actually really nice. And I love your sweater.
Yeah. So it's So there's that, and then
What else? Is that it? We talked about the other stuff.
Yeah, we
when it
talked
came
about it
out.
already. I bought one of these.
Oh, that's what you've been fidgeting with.
That's what I've been fidgeting with.
Shawl cuff.
A shell cuff.
So that.
So it's kind of, I like it. It's kind of funky. And I wish they would stop showing really cool, funky ones on Instagram because I'm like, oh, I want one of those. So this one here I bought at Feather Your Nest. Funny story. It was in the bucket like this. Inside out. And I'm like, oh, I don't know that I like that they punched their name on the outside because it was in there like that. And I'm like, oh, I don't like the snap. So I started filling with it and I realized that it's actually...
It was inside out.
So me, it's just inside out.
And their name is?
It's the Knox Mountain Knit Co. I don't think you can see it, but...
They have patterns as well. They have some nice shawl designs.
They do, yeah.
And hats.
So yeah, it's kind of neat. It's kind of interesting.
I
like that one.
And you can wear it, you can wear it as a arm cuff as well.
Yeah.
As a shawl cuff.
I put it around my arm so I didn't have to get a bag. But yeah, I thought it was kind of neat because some of them are really, really pretty.
There's all kinds.
If
if you haven't heard of these, they're made from they're upcycled
belts.
Leather belts. These are leather belts. And then they
Or it could be any leather thing that would
you
be that,
could
like
use a piece of, but
straps
the nice thing about the belts is that they're fairly
flat.
stiff.
And they're flat.
So and they have all kinds. So you get some that are stamped and tooled, studded, everything, all colors.
Yeah. So. What else have you been up to?
At Wolseley Wool.
Oh yeah.
That I got this. So okay, see right now off camera, it almost has a rosy tone to it, like rosy brown, right? And purpley rosy brown. I don't know how this is gonna look. It's a coppery brown. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, it's coming up to
It's kind of a
golden.
strange color.
It is. I know. It was hanging on the wall, and I looked at it for about an hour, and then went back and got it. This is Blossom and Fern Yarn Company, and it's a sport weight wine velvet is the colorway name.
Okay.
10 merino. No. 80 merino, 10 cashmere, 10 nylon, 3-ply.
What are you gonna make?
You know what? Not 100% decided, but there's a crochet. I think it was called a cowl, but it's a double wraps pattern that I looked at in Manitoba. So I'm thinking
like
of
an
that.
infinity cowl.
I just don't like how. Yeah,
it's
but it's got
color though.
It is really neat. Oh, look at this.
It's beautiful.
Ooh. It goes more golden when you get up close, and then when you hold it back, it's really interesting. So
it's cool. I love it.
the pattern I was looking at, it almost looks like it's single crochets for. I think it changes, and it almost looks like seed stitch. It's really neat.
That's
so
neat.
I've lost it. I think I put it in my favorites. I have to go look it up.
Okay.
So when I kick it off and start it, then we'll talk about it.
That'd be really cool in that color because that is a weird color.
I think it'll look really cool.
I don't want to. It's not a weird color because that doesn't sound
It's
good.
different.
It's different. It's really.
It changes.
Yeah.
It's deceptive. Chameleon-like. Okay, so that's Blossom and Fern Yarn Company. I don't know anything about Blossom and Fern. I know I think they're an indie dyer. I don't know if they're in Manitoba.
Okay.
I should have looked that up, and I'm sorry to not give you all the details, but you can certainly look them up. Blossom and Fern Yarn Company. There's their logo. She had, I'm assuming it's a she, they dye a really nice color palette. They're just really nice, not muted, but they're more subtle colors.
Muddy.
Yeah, and they all go so well. Like they're nice, calm, quieter tones, you know? And yeah, I had a hard time choosing. There were a couple of colorways that I really was drawn to. So, and it's very nice yarn, this MCN Sport. So I thought, And I think the pattern I picked calls for sport.
Give it a whirl.
I think I searched for sport weight crochet cowls and shawls because I wanted to do something for our crochet along.
Okay.
So I have to get that going. And then just today, like you missed her by 10 minutes. 10 minutes before.
She's such a sweetie.
10 minutes before you showed up.
She's so nice.
Kathy of Zigzag Stitches stopped by and dropped off a bag that I just got from her website. She as of today, she still has a sale. It's an anniversary sale going on. I don't know how much longer that'll be on by the time you see this, but if you don't know yet, you could go check and see if everything in her shop is still on sale. So look at this cute little, it's like a little mini bag, perfect for socks. Like here's a skein, right? So it'll hold a pair of socks. And she hand dyed this fabric and stamped it herself. So it has the ferns on each side. And she said she did it quite a few years ago when she was really into quilting. She was doing a lot of hand-dyed cotton. So she does have other hand-dyed cotton bags in her shop and some stamped. So I if you're seeing this now, I hope that you go check and there's still something left. I don't know if she'll have more in the future, but I just thought this is really unique and I love the colors. This reminds me of the surf shawl that I did last year.
Yeah.
The sort of pinks and peaches and whatever. Yeah, so I'm really happy about that. And yeah, it's too bad you missed her because she was just here. And it's just got this little leather tie or zipper pull and just a coordinating print inside. There we go. Yeah, really nice. She makes lovely bags.
She does. They're
lovely. And she's right here in Sarnia. You can find her bags at Heaven is Handmade in Sarnia. And you can also order on her Etsy shop. And
Little Red Mitten.
She's at all, yes, Little Red Mitten.
I think Espace Tricot.
Espace Tricot does. A whole bunch of places.
Yeah.
Shall We Knit? Shall We Knit has custom fabrics that they designed for
their
Shall We Knit.
anniversary. Yeah.
Follow her on Instagram.
And she'll tell you.
And you'll find out.
Or you can message her on Instagram.
And you'll see all her when she gets new fabrics in, she posts
right?
them.
And the updates.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And there was some other, like Woolsey Wool had a sale table. So I bought like some cotton, like a few things I won't bother showing. Like it was, I thought I could make more market bags or something with it.
Good call.
I picked up some yarn at, it is in here. I can get it. We're back. Okay. Feather Your Nest posted on her Ravelry group that she was having a little sale. And I was knitting with some friends and we were talking about colorwork sweaters. And our friend Susan here in Sarnia brought along her
Navelli.
Is it Navelli? Yeah.
The design at the top.
Yeah,
It was
Navelli.
navy, cream, and
Yes.
Yep.
And I kind of liked it. And I think it comes in my size. So while we were at Feather Your Nest, she has a clearance of a bunch of one-ply Madeline Tosh. And I found enough that I think I could do the Navelli tee.
Good job.
So they're all Toshmo Light, and it's this is called Turn, and it's just a nice gray. So I got 4 of these. They were 50% off. So
Is there a bad gray?
well, if it's too greenish for me, yeah. So this is Turn, and then I got this. I've had my eye on this one for a while. This is Cactus Flower. That tag's just the thing's coming off. So Cactus Flower, which is a pink
I
with
your pinks and corals again.
I know. I've been looking at this for a bit. And there's even also little bits of purple in there. And then just a natural antler.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like antler. Because
So-
it's not like, it's a pretty natural.
So these 3. So this would be my solid, and then these would be the color work at the bottom.
Nice.
If I do Navelli. So I've got yarn for it. And, extra bonus, it was 50% off. Because for me, for a sweater quantity, hand-dyed yarn, it drives the price up a bit, right? And so it was really nice to find enough in one color that I could and get it all in the same base, right? And
Right.
Tasha's pretty good for color bleed, like not because this I'll test first with the cream. But I think mind you, this is pretty dark colors, pretty bright. But I'll test it and see, and if it doesn't work, I'll use something else.
Yep. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah, but when I've used Tosh in the past, it hasn't been bad for color bleed. I haven't used that wild of a color though. And I think that's it, Lisa. Oh, I have a gift. Someone got me a cute little gift. Look at this little basket. And you got this from a local florist.
I got it from the florist, yeah. She's on Murphy. It's called Paulina's Flowers. It used to be called Buckner's.
Okay.
And
you can pop this. I kind of like how it goes narrow up there. But then you had it pushed down.
Yeah, you know what? There's big baskets like that. Big, huge ones. And
Really?
I've never seen a small one. Like, they're about this big.
Yeah.
And they pop up so you can carry them.
Neat.
And I thought, oh, this one's so cute. This one's so cute. I need to get it for someone. Because I can't have it at my house with socks in it.
No, but
because
I could.
of
Yarn bowl.
Yeah, the monster I live with, my cat.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. So I had to get it for someone because it was so cute.
Yeah. Thank you. That's really sweet.
So yeah.
I think that's it, hon.
That's it. That's all she wrote. Very cool. I haven't been knitting much. I've been working out a lot.
Well, you know, I thought I'd knit a lot more than I actually did while I was away. I had some car time, so that was good, and of course the airport time. So I did a bit here and there, not quite as much as I thought, but I mean I managed to crank out 2 pairs of socks in a month. I just finished them. So 2 pairs of socks in a month, 2 crochet bags. Oh, and I don't have pictures, but I crocheted 3 more dishcloths that I also gave to Stacy because she likes them. So yeah, and they were just they were Louise's. Okay. So Louise, Wildflower Wool on the Fiber Friends, she has the pattern on Ravelry, and I think it's called the Super Simple Dishcloth. It's diagonally knit, but the increases are done. It's a free pattern. The increases on the sides don't leave a little hole. Okay. So
that's important.
Yeah, I did. I think I did them like that, and I did one where I just did like alternating like 3 or 4 rows of stocking and then reverse stocking. So I did one like that.
Cool.
Yeah. I think I used Dishy for all those.
Yeah. Well, I 3 days a week. Been making it to the gym 3 days a week.
It's good.
Yeah. So
yeah. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I have company coming. Well, our friend is coming to visit.
Things are about to get out of control.
I'll probably see a lot of you in the next week.
But we haven't seen each other a lot lately.
No.
Since you've been back and stuff.
Even before, we've just been busy.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be back sometime later in August.
Yes.
Please check out our make-alongs, knit-along. There'll be photos at the end. I'll put up my little journey of my O Canada socks and a few other pictures, maybe. You'll send me some pictures?
I sent you all my pictures.
Okay.
I was on top of it today.
All right.
Well, not
so
today.
that's pretty much the extent of my editing and cutting out all our goof ups.
And our changes.
Yeah, and our changes. So yeah, stick around for a few pictures if you want. If not, thanks for sticking around this far. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy watching our podcast, click like and subscribe down below. And
don't forget to check us out on Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
Codependent Knitters. Ravelry. We have our own group. It'd be awesome to hear from you.
We're not on Facebook.
No, we're not on Facebook. It would be great to hear from you. And we do try and answer everything. If we've missed something, sorry.
And just thanks again for everyone who's sharing
their time and life with us.
Yeah.
Right?
And also I was gonna say sharing the plus size patterns suggestions with the group. It's fantastic. So yeah, I can't wait to see. It's
nice to share the resources because sometimes I often, if I think that you would be interested in a designer, I will tag you and check this. And that's kind of nice because even if you do it on...
It can be time consuming to have to go searching, especially if you're not, you can search on Ravelry quite well if you know how to do the custom search and put in the different filters and But if you're not familiar doing that, it can be just really time consuming looking, right? So it's nice when you can just go in our group, look at the chat thread and see all the suggestions and you can look at the FOs and see the pictures. And I highly recommend Ranunculus because it's kind of I think there's a 1 size and then a 1 size plus size. So I think there's actually 2 sizes, but it fits.
Well, I think it's, I think it's good that you got to try them on because I was often, I remember saying to you that that's a nice sweater, but I
wasn't sure.
I don't think that I'm pretty good at visualizing things. Some people aren't. Especially when you look at a big box and how's that going to
Well,
look
you know
on.
why I at first wasn't sure about that one is because it's very loose
Yeah.
and holey. And I thought, I didn't want to knit a very open sweater that I would absolutely have to wear a t-shirt or something else under.
Yeah.
But I did like it. So I'm like, okay, yeah. But it, you know, initially that was my thought. Is like
I think
I
it
just
also
don't want...
depends on when the sweater's designed to be worn.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't in the
Well,
winter.
and it
I would
can
wear a
be-
t-shirt because getting a breeze through one of those sweaters can be cold. But yeah. But in the summer, probably not.
Yeah. But it depends what you knit it out of.
Yeah.
But yeah. So just thanks everyone, and we'll be back soon. And thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Take care. Happy knitting.
Make time to make something.